Good morning. In this video, I'll talk about natural deodorants and 4 products that I have tried in the past about 1 to 3 months. Most natural deodorants are not antiperspirants, so they will not block you from sweating, but the idea is that they don't make you stink. And based on what I have read, people that have been using natural deodorants notice that over time they do sweat a little bit less, but probably more than what they would if they were using a regular deodorant with aluminum. The reason why we went with baking soda free deodorants is because I was reading that baking soda can actually mess with the natural pH of your underarm, and that people who experience any kind of like skin irritation or rashes from natural deodorant, which is definitely a thing, like I knew that was a thing before I even started looking up natural deodorant and products I wanted to use or try. I realized though in doing a bit of research is that a lot of those negative reactions are linked to baking soda in natural deodorants. Some people just don't have a good reaction to that. I have sensitive skin, so does my partner, so I just kind of thought, let's avoid baking soda altogether. Maybe I'll try it in the future, but for now I think there have to be some products out there that are natural, aluminum free, baking soda free that work for us. So let's see what I got. For me personally, deodorant holds a special place in my heart because it was the first item that I made the switch to when I really started thinking about my consumption choices and kind of what products I was putting on my body back in late May when I started this channel and this new way of living. So when I started that, I was not thinking necessarily about plastics. I was thinking more about natural recipes and natural ingredients, and therefore the first purchase that I made was actually a plastic tube. Shortly after this purchase, not related to this purchase, I just started to realize that for me, the biggest issue was about single-use plastics and tackling that. So that's when I made the switch, made the promise to myself that I would try as hard as I could not to buy something in plastic packaging. This is the first product, as I mentioned. It is actually Lume, and I bought this because the commercials were so cute. It had just like a mountain load of 5-star reviews, and it purported as being this like natural deodorant that works for 72 hours. With Lume, it is kind of like a cream or a lotion type of deodorant that you can use on all parts of your body, even the most sensitive, intimate parts of yourself. So basically, if you have odor anywhere, topically, don't like put it in your mouth, Lume is supposed to help you with that. I bought a little bundle like this. The tube is definitely an application with your finger. You just squirt a pea-sized amount on your finger and you can rub it on your underarms or wherever you might need to use this. The stick is kind of interesting because this actually works like a deodorant stick where you twist at the bottom and the product comes out on the top. If you're making the switch to a natural deodorant, using a stick, even if it's plastic, might feel more natural, no pun intended. But these are products made of plastic, so as per the promise I made to myself, I wouldn't buy them again unless I just completely loved them, was over the moon, like best thing I've ever used in my life. Well, I think they worked for the first week. They tell you, specifically how to use it. They recommend that you treat your clothes so that you can get the any kind of residual odor or deodorant buildup out of your underarms. So do that if you can, just so you can have like a clean slate. They recommend that you use the products every day. I think it was for like up to a week, or maybe it was 10 days or 14 days. I can't remember at this point. This was back in late May, early June. So we did that. We followed the instructions to a T, and for the first week, I think it worked. I was constantly, giving myself the sniff to see if it was working, and I didn't smell like anything. And that was the big thing about Lume, is that people were saying, I don't smell like anything. I don't smell necessarily like the deodorant. I don't smell like odor. I just don't have a smell. Well, that was good for about a week. And then I was using it and kind of noticing, I tried to then stretch it to 2 days. Maybe I can apply it once every 2 days, working up to that 72 hours. Basically, I had noticed that The deodorant was not working as effectively as it had been even in like the previous few days, but I didn't want to admit that to my partner who was also using it, because I thought, oh man, like I was the one who really encouraged us to make this switch, and it was supposed to be so great and everybody loved it. And yet I just started to notice a bit of an odor coming in. I noticed pretty quickly that I couldn't go more than a day without using it. And we eventually just had to say, okay, I don't think this is working. And actually, he came to me after maybe about a week or 10 days and said, I don't know if this is working for me. And I was relieved because I felt the same way. Just for fun, I have tried Lume recently to try to use it for like several days in a row and see what happens. But it's strange because I find that I have to reapply it several times throughout the day. And yesterday even, I applied it once when I woke up around 9 a.m. I applied it again around noon because I just noticed that I had a bit of an odor coming through. And by 2 p.m., I was already stinky. I'm not saying that Lume does not work. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that for me and for my partner, it just didn't work for us. So probably wouldn't purchase again, but I'm happy to have tried this. If you want to purchase a bundle of Lume, so a stick and a tube together to save a little bit of money, if you do end up liking it, Lume apparently will refund the purchase of one product if it's unopened. So if you just want to try like one, keep the other for later, hoping that you like it, they will refund part of your order if you don't like it. So just something to keep in mind. I still think it's, you know, a great company. It seems like it's run by a really great person who's really I mean, she's a doctor, so she's really in tune with bodies and she knows her stuff. I think this was just a personal, like, well, it didn't really work for me as much as I would have liked it to, and you know, that's it. That's the reality. Moving on. The second product is called B0. It's from a shop on Etsy called B0 Shop, and I bought this just to give it a try because this was one of the cheapest natural deodorants on Etsy as far as like ratio of ounces or grams and price goes. So this is 2 ounces and it's $9. I know that sounds expensive if you are buying like the, you know, regular deodorants out there at a pharmacy or at a Walmart, wherever it is that you shop. But this is actually a really good price in the deodorant world, and that's why I wanted to give it a try. I was also purchasing a facial moisturizer, and it was easy just to kind of throw something else into the order as well. So you might have noticed right away that this is not in plastic. This is a craft board tube. It's 2 ounces, as I mentioned. You just pop off the top. There's the deodorant. You can use your fingers to push up the deodorant as needed. And that's how that works. This is a bergamot lavender smell. It smells really nice. I really love lavender. This was lavender too, by the way. I have a thing for lavender, definitely. So it smells really nice. It goes on clear, just like Lume. This product and Lume have a much more silky feel to them, and by that I mean they really go on like a lotion, where once they're on, you don't see them. You don't even really know they're there. You might just see like a shiny kind of sheen where you applied your deodorant. Because it's in a craft board tube, it is biodegradable and it's no mess. It is just like a stick of deodorant where you would take the lid off, apply, and you don't need to like have considered washing your hands before if your hands might have been dirty to not contaminate the product, or wash your hands after to kind of like get off any like residue you might have on your fingers from applying with your fingers. But this is pretty cool. I wore this deodorant. I've been wearing this deodorant on and off over the summer. And on days that I do, it does pretty well with like your light housework, just, you know, existing in your house in the summer. I noticed that I need to reapply this once like midday for it to keep working. It doesn't last me all day, but I had a day where I did like a bunch of light housework things in a row, where like I cleaned something, I did some laundry, I just like had the inspiration to do a bunch of things. And this deodorant, although I was like sweaty and definitely had my heart rate up a little bit, this deodorant worked all the way through that housework. Our third natural baking soda free deodorant is also in a craft board tube, just like the second one. As you notice, the craft board tubes are not all exactly the same size, but they are pretty similar, I should say. This product comes from Silver Fall Sustainability. Now I'm trying not to be biased because that is one of my favorite zero waste companies, and this is an orange mint and eucalyptus scent. I have talked about this on 2 different videos now, so I won't say too much to avoid repeating myself, but I'll give you the rundown. And that is, this is a 3.25 ounce craft board tube, so ratio of dollar to price. This is your best price deodorant out there as far as what I can find. Craft board tube, so you open it like this. That's what it looks like. You can push with your finger. And you probably noticed that this deodorant is white, so it does not go on clear. I think it might be white. Well, I don't even want to guess, but maybe the kaolin clay or the starch or the diatomaceous earth. I'm not even sure, but it definitely looks a little bit different than the other 3 deodorants I'm going to show you. Now, because it does have this whiteness to it, it will leave a white mark on your clothes if you're wearing something that's close to your armpit or if you're just having a really sweaty day. This is one of the strongest options of the 4 options I'm going to show you, in the sense that I went hiking for several hours where you're like, you know, your heart rate's up, you're sweating, you're moving around, of course. And I came home at the end of the day and was still smelling fresh, like this deodorant. So they actually say on their website, on the page for the deodorant, that this deodorant has been tested with hikers and that it works for them. It worked for me. So it's really cool to find something where people claim it works, you try it for yourself, and you see that it works for you too. I love Silver Fall Sustainability. I think this scent is amazing. I love this citrusy scent. I didn't think that I would, but it's really great. I don't know what these little like beads are, but these don't, like, they're not solid, or they don't itch, or they don't rub or anything like that. It all just, you know, gets rubbed in. I will show you what this looks like because it is white. I'll give you a little demonstration. But if you apply it just like in a swipe there and there, you can see that it is white. It does have like a whiteness to it. So if you get that whiteness on your clothes, it is possible to wash off. If you have a spray and wash, or if you have like a stain stick, zero waste version of a spray and wash, that can come off, but it just will take a little bit more treatment. I think that is the only flaw with this deodorant, is that it might leave a residue on your clothes. Our last natural baking soda free deodorant is in a glass jar. This is 2.4 ounces. It is a grapefruit flavor, which I adore. The company is Meow Meow Tweet, and I tried this one based on the company's name alone because it was very cute, and they have a lot of really cute little promotional pictures and stuff like that. It's in a glass jar, so I'm so excited to use this up and then have the glass jar because I'm getting into some DIY recipes for things, and a 2.4 ounce glass jar would be great for that. So you take off the lid, you look into it, and it's definitely a cream. It's definitely a cream. It goes on clear, just like those first 2 options I showed you, and it smells so nice. Oh my god, I love it. The important thing though is that it works. I can use this all day without having to reapply, so it's very efficient. The thing is, you do have to scoop it out with your finger. I think you could probably use a little like paddle if you had one. So this works really well. And I'm happy with this because between the scent and the fact that it works, and the fact that it's in glass, which is really cool. I don't know if I prefer the craft board to the glass or the glass to the craft board. I like them both a lot, to be honest. The glass has a really cool reusable quality to it, but I like the idea of craft board because it's very light and you can just throw it in your bag and you know it's not going to like leak or topple, or you know, if you end up finishing it on the go, like you could just dispose of it right there. My favorite natural deodorant is Silver Fall Sustainability. I am a little bit biased, I have to admit. I will continue buying this in the future. I like the craft board. I like the way it smells. It works really well. So that's probably my favorite. My partner's favorite is Meow Meow Tweet. This one he said, you know, he would use every day, all the time. So when these 2 products are out, these are the 2 we're going to be buying in the future. Then there's the B0 deodorant. We do like it. It's just not quite as effective, and that's really the issue there. But for a natural deodorant, it is cost effective. It really just comes down to the fact that I would have to apply this twice a day. My partner would probably have to apply it even up to 3 times a day. I think he said with this one, he put it on at night, and when he fell asleep and woke up the next morning, it wasn't there anymore. So it's just not as strong as the other ones for whatever reason, but it goes on nice, it smells nice, the price is pretty good. Could be worth a try. And unfortunately, the least favorite by far is Lume, just because it didn't work for us. I'm gonna keep using it on days where I'm just hanging out around the house, because we still have, I think there's probably about half the product left, because I have been using this a little bit on and off. So, best deodorant based on cost. Silver Fall Sustainability. Best deodorant based on efficacy. Silver Fall Sustainability and Meow Meow Tweet. Best deodorant as far as ease of application, B0 and Silver Fall Sustainability. And the last one, I would say best options for zero waste, Silver Fall Sustainability, B0 and Meow Meow Tweet. If you end up choosing one of these products, know that you are making a better choice for your body and for the environment, unless you buy Lume. What natural deodorant are you using that you really like, that you find really cost effective, or that you find works really well for you as far as odor control and like sweat blockers, if you use something that's closer to an antiperspirant. But yeah, let me know if you have a favorite product. Let me know if you're interested in any of these products. I can give more information. I will link to all of them in the description of the video down below. Thank you as always for watching, and have a great day.